Hi, I'm Ariel.
I'm Becca.
And I'm Lexi.
And welcome to Wine Wednesdays.
Hennessy on my lips, take a little sip, privacy on the door, I'ma make this shit grip. Icy.
So today's episode of Wine Wednesday is super special because we have a very nice guest, Lexi. She's our special guest for this week. She works for Air Austin Events, one of our staff members, and you're also a writer. You want to talk to them a little bit about what you do?
Sure. So I was a writing major at Pratt Institute. So I've written a bunch of creative writing pieces over the 4 years that I was there. Wrote in high school a bunch. Was the editor of our magazine in high school and at Pratt where I studied. I had to write like an 85-page thesis, so I've written some things. I got some writing experience under my belt and editing experience as well.
So Lexi's here today to give us some guidance on writing wedding vows and writing a toast for a bride and groom.
So today I'm going to start off by reading my toast to Ariel and Dan, who's her boyfriend, as if it were their wedding day. So, are you ready?
I'm as ready as I can be.
Are you
Let's
ready
go.
to critique
I'm ready
me?
to critique. My ears are open.
Mine's shorter than Ariel's, so I can already tell.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Work in progress.
Okay.
It's not official. Mine is.
Ariel and Dan, where do I begin? Power couple, dynamic duo, best friends, business partners, personal punching bags. These two have walked through life together, and it's been such an honor to watch their love story expand and grow each and every day. They are the definition of a balanced couple. Ariel is constantly pushing Dan out of his comfort zone, and Dan is constantly keeping Ariel in hers. AKA keeping her calm and happy, and reminding her to slow down and enjoy life, which we all know is hard, with a strong and passionate personality like hers. Through it all, though, it is evident that the love and friendship between the two is unbreakable. Me and the girls and all the staff members will say they're like mom and dad to us, and we refer to them like a married couple. And besides the humor of that, it just represents how well they fit together. Have you ever tried to force a puzzle piece into a specific mold just to make the puzzle easier, to maybe speed up the process, or to finally get the picture in the end? That's not the kind of love that Ariel and Dan have. They fight through the seasons and are always patiently loving each other and waiting for each other's safe spaces and making each other comfortable. They're the most beautiful couple that I've had the pleasure to love as much as they love me. I wish you a life filled with happiness, love, and of course, lots of planning.
Oh my goodness. Thank
Why
you.
was that so awkward?
That was really cute.
No, that was so cute.
Who should we start with? Like, your opinion or your critiques?
Ariel, I think you should go first.
I think that was very nice and very kind and so true. I mean, you guys definitely do call us mom and dad, and, you know, Dad is the calm to my crazy.
He is.
And without a doubt, we'll be planning pretty much the rest of our lives. I mean, even from baby making has to be planned. We are planners after all. But no, I think it was very, very nice. Thank you, Rebecca.
Of course. Now, Lexi, you tell me.
I also think it was very, very nice. I mean, I don't think I have too many critiques except for like, well, obviously this is like a shorter draft,
right?
So I feel like everything you had was good, but like if you were gonna make it longer, I would like. I feel like I would put like maybe a few more like anecdotes in there,
that's what I was just thinking.
And more like elaboration on maybe even how you like came into Ariel and Dan's lives in the first place, just to like at the beginning, like towards like or to give like a setup, maybe have more anecdotes, and then like I think just lengthening it like because it sometimes feels like you're just kind of hopping from like one sentimental but nothing sounded too cheesy or anything like that, so that was good. But like one sentimental thing to the next, you know, like with like one thought to the next, like maybe give it a little time to like rest in there, you know, like have.
You need like a dramatic pauses.
I need dramatic pauses, and maybe like, do you think more emotion?
I think the emotion is like good. I think it will come out more if you write about more specific like memories or anecdotes or like especially how you guys first met or whatever.
Like even the Starbucks drive when we went to the Starbucks and the guy screamed at us. Like that's something that you were with Dan and I.
I know. Like something like that exactly. Like things that you don't even think are like
stories.
that important, like little moments, like especially little moments that maybe you think you've seen of Ariel and Dan that you don't necessarily think they were even aware of, that like, you know, you watch them interact in
micromanaging
some certain way,
or
you caught some moment of theirs that you were witness to that they you were some way that you were able to, like, you know, witness their love in a way that you, like, was unexpected perhaps, or, you know, something private that was almost for you.
You could even elaborate on that without a doubt, because you've done our photo shoots.
Right, exactly. I know, that's what I want to do, like, a whole... See, I give, like, the brief version, but trust me, I don't want to give away the wedding toast.
Right, you have a lot to...
No, but it was definitely good. Yeah, I think it's very, very cute, and I would absolutely have you say that.
Yeah.
Hopefully identical to that with a couple little bit of elaborations on my day.
So am I on the list for your wedding day?
We'll see the final draft, but yeah, pretty much you're in the run up.
Perfect. That's all I need.
The lineup, rather.
Well, thank you, Lexi.
Yeah, of course. The humor was great. I thought it was lovely. I mean, I've never written a wedding toast or a wedding speech of any sort, but as far as the storytelling aspect goes, I thought it was, and also like I would say add some things, but you know, like, you don't want it to be too long. Like,
of course, the balance
before,
between,
because if you start. That's why I feel like short moments maybe that you had, don't be like, so there was this one time where, and then it's like, we're going on and on and on, and it's like, don't
been to those
don't
weddings.
find any moments. It's hard because you want to find anecdotes that are still not ones where it's like you had to be there kind of thing.
Yeah,
because,
too much background.
Right, it's like, you can't be like an inside I mean, maybe you could throw in one inside joke that that Ariel would get at the end or something, but you want to make
literally
you want to make the guests, I feel like, you want to make the guests feel included.
Exactly.
Even if they aren't as close as you are with Ariel, like, you want to almost feel like you're like have an inside look at that specific relationship.
Rebecca, you could definitely like throw it in there with literally, and so that brings me to my next point. That's all that's needed for that.
That's all we need to say too.
Yes.
Alright, I'm excited for mine.
Okay,
Are we jumping into it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so goodness, now I'm like a little stressed.
This is for you and
James.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this toast is for Rebecca and James, her boyfriend, and here it goes.
Okay.
Oh, Rebecca, what can I say about my dear Rebecca? She's a go-getter. I mean, she's an author, a fashion trendsetter. I mean, if you know anything about our previous episode, you'll know that she'll be wearing feathers and organza. Organza and feathers. So, okay. She's a fashion trendsetter, a lead wedding planner, a wedding photographer and videographer, and a personal trainer. Rebecca, is there anything that you can't do? I mean, good Lord, you're making the rest of us feel like underachievers.
Okay.
Sheesh. When I met Rebecca at Hart's Tavern in Powler's Village for her interview, I knew 4 things. I knew that she was passionate. She had a passion for the industry. I knew that she was a go-getter who was going to go far no matter what she put her mind to. I knew that she was going to make a wonderful addition to the AAE family. And finally, I knew that she was going to keep me on my toes, and she definitely didn't disappoint, that's for sure. Let's just say, since day one, it's been an adventure. When she accepted her position with AAE, Ariel Ashton Events, she told me she was going to run my business into the ground. I'm sure everyone can agree that's never something you want to hear, ever, especially from the person you just hired. She meant well, and I mean, she's still working for AAE and kicking ass, I might add. But in all seriousness, Rebecca is a go-getter, and nothing changed her go-getting drive when she met James. For those who don't know, Rebecca met James randomly at a hotel bar in Charlotte in July of 2022. During a business trip. It was love at first sight. When she returned from her trip, she said that she had something to tell me. Unsure of what she might say, I mentally prepared myself. Never in a million years did I think she was going to find her soulmate. And like any friend and boss, I had my reservations of this random guy who lives across the country that she fell madly in love with over a weekend in Charlotte. Early in their relationship, I asked both of them what they loved about each other. Rebecca said, and I quote, "Have you seen him? He's hot as hell." She also loves his outlook on life and his creative and romantic nature. And finally, she said that she loves how he makes her feel comfortable and special every single day. When I asked James the same question, He said he loved how she is always unapologetically herself. I mean. He also loves how compassionate and passionate she is. Based on that alone, I can truly say that the both of them found their perfect match in one another. James, I've seen you encourage Rebecca to be the best version of herself inside and out. You taught her how to love again, how to drop her walls and let someone in, how to trust again. You also taught her that distance has no boundaries when it comes to loving someone. Rebecca, you taught James that every outing or date is an opportunity for a photo shoot.
So true.
You taught him that family time is the best time, and most importantly, you taught him that PA is the only place you'll call home. You both share a love that is inspiring to everyone here. It's a love that has no bounds. It's a love that's true. It's a love that can withstand any and all obstacles. It's a great love. So with that said, James, best of luck with this one. I can assure you, you'll never be bored. And Rebecca, you're my friend, you're my sister, you're my family. I'm forever blessed to be a part of your special day, and I can't wait to see what's in store for the future. To James and Rebecca.
I'm ripping mine up. That was so much better. That was so sweet. You're the best.
I loved that.
All right, so critique me.
Rebecca, you go first.
Oh my gosh, well, there's nothing.
Yeah, so I don't really have any critiques except, like, the only thing I would say is one thing that I noticed was that you said the word go-getter like 100 times. So I feel like you could use it like twice tops and then just use like a different word for go-getter.
I just tried to have a theme.
No,
and that was
I think the theme is clear. Or even if you said what's his face? Sorry, James. Well, because you said that he loved how you were always yourself. So I feel like you could even like instead of saying go-getter as many times, you could say something more like be like she's a go-getter. She like doesn't care like what people think. Like she's gonna get what she wants done. Like kind of phrase that a little differently.
Just reword it.
Yeah, and then the only other thing I think is that like where was it? You had one or two. Yeah, like, so these that you have in parentheses, the, like, I means and the sheesh and stuff, like...
I wrote it down just for my stuff, but I wouldn't...
like, off-the-cuff things where you're, like, trying to be funny, I feel like it's better when you just don't even...
I wrote it down, like, in my head, like, the way that I write is, like, how I would say it.
No, I know what you're saying, how you feel, but I think when you actually go to make the speech,
no.
You'll already have those things, like, in your... like intuitively to do, so like I wouldn't I wouldn't even put anything like that in like the script because like it'll just come in naturally because you don't want to like
that's a good
like that's I feel like when it's like gets kind of awkward. Well, it's like where it's like because we already know like you're hilarious, but if you like but if you like are like trying to be like
extra
if you're trying to be extra, that's where I feel like sometimes it gets cringy when people are when like the brother of the wife is like you know what I mean, like trying to they're reaching for like things that are because this is already hilarious, like you don't even need to
and you're funny when you
elaborate
intuitively, you're funny when you're not trying to be,
when you're telling a story you're already gonna
but that's interesting because when I was doing my sister's speech for her maid of honor speech, I like put in jokes and I feel like it messed me up because I like had in there like pauses and like as a planner I'm like
it's because you want to prepare and have things that are funny to say, but it's like but so I feel like even with that, if you wanted to just you could even say like if you want to remind yourself like just like a keyword like of something that relates to something
or like LOL or something.
Or like
I don't know.
Well, this I'm gonna have memorized for the actual day.
So you'll have if you have this memorized,
I'll have like notes like bullets just to kind of like get off a tangent, but like I don't want to be rating off to something.
I also like for speeches I've done, I've used a phone. I hate using paper because I shake because I like public speaking. But is a phone? That's a like hot topic. Is a phone wrong at a wedding? Do you look like an idiot?
I don't think it matters if you bring up a phone to do your speech.
I think it's fine.
It's like, who cares?
As long as you don't get a phone call.
Because I'd rather see that. I hate when I see people. It makes me nervous when I see people reading like.
Yeah, no, that's me though. I literally am like.
No, me too.
When I was reading my thesis at school during my senior showing, I was like.
And then you can't see. Yeah.
But no, but I thought it was really great. Like the emotion was good. It wasn't too over the top, but it sounded sincere.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It was sincere.
It wasn't cheesy sounding. I think you talked about both of them and your relationship with both of them. Obviously, you don't know James like as well.
No, but I need to. I liked how you expressed when I talked about, because you did have a conversation with James and I.
No, that was really nice. Like that's a really nice.
I need to do that with
Dan. That you had in there, and I think that was a nice way to like place it at the end, because the things that you heard from him saying that what he loves about you is the same things that you love about her. So it's kind of like a nice,
So to the second part of our video today, we're going to be talking about wedding vows. So I wrote some for Dan. So here we go. Be easy. Okay, guys? This is just a rough draft.
Don't worry.
All right. Dan, I have to admit, I was never a big believer in fate. I never thought that one man and one woman were put in this world to meet each other. And then I met you. What are the odds that two people from Bucks County, PA, with similar backgrounds and family dynamics would meet at a little family-owned party store? If that's not an example of fate, then I don't know what is. Dan, you're the calm to my crazy. You're the kindest, most patient, understanding person I've ever known. But above else, you're what I consider home. I can't picture my life without you. Every single day, I have asked myself what I have done to deserve someone like you. How did I get so lucky? How did I find my perfect match? Dan, you are my one true love. You're my best friend, my everything. I promise to cherish our love and you for the rest of our lives. I love you so, so much.
Oh my god, that was so sweet.
You look like you're gonna cry.
You look like you're gonna cry.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm okay.
No, I'm okay.
You are crying.
My eyes just got a
Don't
little
be
watery.
afraid.
I just got a branch in my eye.
I know.
Yeah.
As I'm reading vows.
Yeah.
I thought that was
sweet.
great. I mean, do you have any notes?
No, I think it was beautiful.
I really don't have any notes. Like, I feel like it was nice. It was simple. It wasn't too cheesy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I always get weird at weddings, low-key. Like, I get, like, secondhand embarrassment. I don't think I
when
will
they're
with
cringy.
you because
Yeah.
it's, like, I know you. But,
Yeah.
like, even with, like, cousins, and I'm like, ugh, like, this is kind of weird. But, like, that one didn't seem, like, it wasn't too cheesy. It was short. It was sweet. Like, I think it's honestly better if you can get through it without crying.
I know,
when you're there,
I
because
know.
like the crying, I mean, it's fine.
If
like,
it's a little
fine,
sniff
it's fine,
here and
yeah.
there.
But it's like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, this is like, I feel like I'm
Once
intruding
again.
on this situation. But I think that was perfect. Like, it was short,
Yeah.
sweet. It was cute. It was like just enough sentimental without being like, okay, like we get it.
Rebecca,
Okay,
go
now
for it.
mine I have the pressure on because they're making me do mine off the cusp for this one.
Making you. Don't go spreading lies now, Vex.
I am going to give a version of trying off the cusp, and I have the pressure of doing that. So we'll see. I don't know where I should look. Let me look at the camera. This is awkward.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
James
look
right
right
there.
into- yeah.
James is that
James.
camera.
Okay.
I guarantee she looks over in that direction.
I'm not going to look at you. I'm going to look down, I think.
Do you want to hold a piece of paper?
Yeah, let me just like hold a piece of paper.
Okay, but she's going off the cusp. Everybody just know
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
James, I feel as if we are always
We're always crawling to
I was
another.
so I
I feel like we were always.
Okay. James, my whole life I always dreamt of what my wedding day would look like and who my husband would be. I thought it was going to be someone I knew as a best friend growing up, or maybe someone my parents set me up with. But, because you know my parents.
Yeah.
But I never would have thought it would be on a business trip in the most random city, almost missing each other. I feel that that is the core of who we are, is meeting at your first night in Charlotte and my last night, and having that time together. It was those 12 hours that changed my entire life and brought me my best friend, my home, my safety, and my everything. And if I didn't have that one moment in time, I would have never met the incredible man that you are, that you inspire, the woman you inspire me to be, and I never would have known what love truly means. That was so cringy.
No, that was really sweet.
That was precious. I have goosebumps.
That was definitely precious. Like going off the cusp, that was a very good.
Yeah.
Good
So
beginning.
as a writer, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on off the cusps?
Like doing it literally off the cusp on your wedding day.
Yeah. Like, would you recommend?
No.
Not that you like the speech.
I think like if you, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it off the cusp, except that you don't want to have you don't want it for the audience, and you don't want it for yourself to start fumbling.
Yeah.
So I would at least, like, if you want to do it off the cusp, I would at least, like, unless you, like, really think you've, like, gotta go, like, you're gonna nail it, like, I would, like, maybe at least put, like, some notes on, like, a card of, like, bullet points, like, things you know you want to touch on. I mean, it doesn't have to be too long, but, like, you see these things on the list, well, you give your little intro bit, and then, like, if you want to make sure you touch on certain things, like, I would do that if you don't want to forget anything, or, like, certain phrases that you know you want to say, that you thought of already, maybe write those down. Like, I don't know, like, I don't even know what I would do. I feel like I think I would probably write mine beforehand.
Yeah, me too.
But I also, like...
You might also not even go off of that. You might be in the moment.
Right, exactly. That's the thing that always happens.
You
can always write down whatever you want, and when it comes to the time, you can change it. You can say whatever you, like, want. Like, at the end of the day, it's your wedding. So it's, like, even if you do fumble a little bit in the vows, like, I feel like I wouldn't even mind that. Like, unless it gets... If you fumble a little bit and you're like, haha, because you're like, you know. But, like, that's different than, like, you're up there and you're a blubbering mess.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause then
you're just, like, lost.
Right. Then that's awkward I feel like, for the guests. But if you're, like, if you mess up a little bit because it's, like, the excitement of the moment and you're all loved up, like, I feel like that's kind of cute if you're, like, trying to say your vows and you're like, I'm sorry.
I know.
Like,
a little bit.
You know, like, a little bit is fine, but too much is cringe. Right. It's like, you have to have a
happy balance.
Yeah. I think that's cool how you were saying how, like, it's that sliver of, like, overlapse time that you had together where, like...
Oh, beautifully said.
You know, where those, like, where, you know, everything began. So it's like...
Wow.
You
can tell she's a writer.
You have your special moments that are almost... But the other thing I was just going to say is, too, is, like, yes, they're your vows and they're important and it's your wedding and you want it to be... but it's, like, you... I feel like you shouldn't put too much pressure on yourself if you, like, forget to say, or, like, there's something that you want to... It's, like, you have all that time with your husband. Like, you can say what...
The end all be
you
all.
gotta have private moments where you can say everything you want to say. Yeah. Like, you know...
And they'll know it.
At the end of the day, it's kind of, like, almost... I mean, it's for you and your spouse, but, like, it's for the guests, too. Like,
for sure.
Like, that shouldn't be, like, the proclamation of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have time together.
Of course.
Those are, like, private moments, right?
Of course,
Yeah. And also, you know, if you do have a videographer, you know, get them capturing you guys rating your vows in private. Then, if you happen to miss anything during the ceremony that you wanted to say, you don't have to worry about it because it's already captured, and those vows are going to probably be an overlay on that video that you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Right.
So, I guess the pro tip to take away from that is, you know, keep it light, keep it loving, you know, talk about the most important parts of the relationship.
Keep it genuine.
Genuine for sure. But also, you know, hire a videographer.
Yeah, exactly. And let the love story tell itself.
Right, exactly.
Which it will.
You don't have to try as hard as you probably think. If your love is strong enough, everybody will see it anyway.
I mean, it should be, after all.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So thank you guys so much for watching this super fun episode of Wine Wednesdays. We loved having Lexi on here. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for your kind critiques. They weren't even critiques, but thank you for enlightening us on some wedding vows.
You're welcome.
And again, if you're looking for a wedding planner or somebody to help you with this process, feel free to contact us and visit our website. It'll be linked down below. And thank you for watching Wine Wednesday.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.